We are standing at the second annual CSR Conclave of IIT Bombay. How does it feel to be a part of this conclave coming here?
Well, for me, it feels fantastic because I'm also an alumnus of IIT Bombay. And the fact that IIT Bombay is doing so much to reach out to the corporate sector, to all of us, I think is absolutely fantastic. Great initiative.
The students grow up to be more conscious citizens. Then we don't probably need a law to implement CSR. Or what is your take on that?
No, I think it's a combination of all three. I agree with you that every citizen growing up in this country, we're still very much a developing country, needs to be aware of the issues facing the country. I mean, poverty, the lack of skills, poor education, not IIT but everywhere else, and the lack of funds in the government to support major initiatives. So I think if they grow up conscious of that and also of the environment and climate change, we will make better citizens. But at the same time, I think it's a full ecosystem responsibility. Professor Ganguly was talking about the triple helix, which is that government, academia, and the corporate sector have to participate. And I completely agree with him because that's the only way you can get sustainable change.
We are standing at the second annual CSR Conclave of IIT Bombay. Sir, if you could elaborate on the purpose of this conclave.
Corporate social responsibility conclave that we are currently having here today brings together corporates, academicians, policymakers, social change makers together to basically look at different ways in which CSR can create that impact that really can go towards solving some of the pressing challenges both at the rural, national level as well as at the global level. I would like to say that IIT Bombay is currently at a tipping point where we typically are very good at knowing how to solve fundamental problems. Over the years, while we have become very good at solving at fundamental research, we are now looking at how to make our research more relevant and impactful to society.
I'm very eager to know whether companies are coming to you or you are approaching them, sir, regarding partnership.
So actually, corporates are always open to handshake with IIT Bombay, given that we are the brand. We are, currently we are ranked. We have broken into the top 50 global institutions. We are ranked 47th now. We have a very rich alumni base actually in the corporate world, and so given all of this, corporates are very eager to handshake with IIT Bombay.
In the present day in our country, somewhere there is a gap between where CSR needs to focus and where it is focusing. Are there areas which are lagging behind or they are not getting the adequate attention?
So I think the key issue with CSR deployment, the way I see it, is that they are very immediate focused, short-term focus, and they are not scalable in many ways. Whereas if you're trying to solve the problems that faces the country, you really have to build scalable solutions which will happen over a period of time. So I think that the gap really is that. I mean, here and now you can build a school, you can build a hospital, but are you solving the problem for generations? Are you bringing up the overall living standards of the people across the country? The answer to that is no, and which is where we really need to make an effort and see how we can build scalable solutions that address some of the most pressing challenges that the country faces.
It's an EV, but a little different from the regular ones you see on the roads.
This project is to make a village self-sustainable. So there are multiple legs here. So one of them is having a solar power infrastructure. Another one is to have a indigenously developed indigenously developed transportation system. So this rickshaw we are planning to use for that.
How does NSE Foundation plan to, partner with or collaborate with IIT Bombay for implementing any CSR project?
So as I said, in our focus area, we do have research, we have incubators, and we are planning to take up on a long term health as a core focused area, because after COVID we found that health was something that really needed that thrust and intervention in India. So there could be opportunities that come up where such type of technology infusion, research infusion, low cost models would be required in health, and I'm sure we would reach out.
Ma'am, we have all seen that there exists a gap, in gender, you can say gender based gap I have observed in skill training, maybe, or digital literacy, where the women are a little lagging behind. How can CSR, ma'am, intervene and, in bridging this kind of a gap?
As an organization also, we are into financial literacy, digital literacy. There are a lot of things that we do. So, but yes, the women need to come up, and I think it's a cycle, and definitely we are seeing more and more young women coming into this space. That in our company, I think we have almost 35+% of women in the workforce, and we are a technology company.
CSR में उतनी काबिलियत है जितना कि उसके पास रिसोर्स है। अगर आप ये सोचते हैं कि CSR से सारे देश की या सारी दुनिया की समस्याएं सुलझ जाएंगी तो गलत है। CSR कैन एट बेस्ट क्रिएट गुड मॉडल्स। हम लोग रिस्क ले सकते हैं कुछ नया पायलट करने का, हम वो डिसीजन मेकिंग में हेल्प कर सकते हैं कि कौन सी चीज़ कैसे की जाए। बीइंग सोशली सेंसिटिव, वो अगर आप हैं और आपके परिवार के लोग हैं तो निश्चित तौर पे आप चाहे परिवार में या नौकरी में, आप हमेशा वही करेंगे जो सोशली रिस्पॉन्सिबल होगा। तो CSR इज़ नॉट जस्ट अबाउट अ कंपनी स्पेंडिंग मनी एंड वी डूइंग अ जॉब ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ द कंपनी। CSR इज़ अबाउट वी हैविंग दैट फीलिंग दैट वी हैव टू बी सोशली रिस्पॉन्सिबल, एंड दैट कैन बी डन इन सो मेनी वेज, एज एन इंडिविजुअल, एज अ फैमिली, एज अ कॉर्पोरेट।
सबसे पहले मैं IIT बॉम्बे का धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा कि हमको उन्होंने CSR चैम्पियन अवार्ड से नवाजा है। एक्चुअली क्या है, ये हमारी एक ड्यूटी है जिसके तहत हमको मैंडेटेड अमाउंट जो है हर कॉरपोरेट को 2% ऑफ द प्रॉफिट स्पेंड करना होता है। उसके तहत हमने एक प्रोजेक्ट लिया है, सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस इन ऑयल, गैस एंड एनर्जी, अलॉन्ग विद IIT बॉम्बे एंड अदर ऑयल कंपनीज अंडर द एजिस ऑफ मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ पेट्रोलियम। तो उसके तहत ये सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस में एक जो काम हो रहा है, उसी के लिए हमको IIT बॉम्बे ने ये अवार्ड दिया है। उनका बहुत बहुत तहे दिल से धन्यवाद। अभी जम्मू कश्मीर को मेल लाइन में जो उनके बच्चे हैं, वो आर्मी के साथ हमारे कोलैबोरेशन में सुपर 50 के नाम से कारगिल, श्रीनगर और राजौरी एंड लद्दाख में ये हम एजुकेशनल प्रोग्राम चलाते हैं, जिसमें ये रेसिडेंशियल रहता है। उन्हें 1 साल की ट्रेनिंग दी जाती है आर्मी और HPCL के उसमें, और ये बच्चे नीट, IIT और इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेजेस के लिए अप्लाई करते हैं। कल ही नीट का जो रिज़ल्ट आया है, आपको जान के बहुत खुशी होगी कि हमारे जो बच्चे हैं, करीब 128 बच्चे अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 150 में से इन चारों इसमें से सेलेक्ट हो गए हैं, और वो J&K के वो बच्चे हैं जिनको रेसिडेंशियल 1 साल का प्रोग्राम था और उनको हम लोग ने सपोर्ट किया है।